If you ever needed a textbook example to demonstrate how the CBC increasingly distorts its news coverage, well, one need look no further than how Trudeau State Broadcaster is covering the story of Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson, a People's Party of Canada candidate in Vancouver. And folks, even by CBC standards, this one's a real stinker. Gotta love the CBC's headline regarding a story about the People's Party of Canada. Quote, Bernier's party taps anti-trans agenda activist as candidate in Burnaby South, end quote. Oh, goodness gracious. You mean there's somebody running for political office that doesn't think that this is normalized behavior?
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
I can call the police if you'd like me to. You need to settle down.
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay?
Both of you guys?
Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was a general.
Right beforehand, you f***ing said sir.
Sir? Okay.
Take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you, sir.
I apologize. I apologize now.
I need your corporate number because I'm going to call them and talk about how it's misgendered several times in his store.
I apologize for that.
I need your corporate number now.
Well, alas and alack, I guess candidate Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson didn't get the memo about those who make up the LGBTTTIQQAAPP and sometimes Y community. Namely, if it's trans, it's good, and if it's good, it's trans. The story that does everything possible to vilify Thompson notes that she previously worked as a host at the 700 Club Canada, but left in 2017. She blamed her departure on LGBTQ, etc., activists who allegedly, quote, targeted me mercilessly by calling the 700 Club Canada, end quote. Now, it should be pointed out that the CBC is usually anti-bully in its news coverage, except, of course, if the bullying is being done by someone identifying as a non-binary, gender-fluid, asexual spirit unicorn, and the victim is, well, a normal heterosexual woman, then bully for bullying, I guess. By the way, if Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson's name rings a bell, this is probably why. Yes, that was Thompson in Vancouver last year, who, like most Canadians from coast to coast, reacted with outrage regarding the murder of 13-year-old Marissa Shen. Charged with her murder is one of Justin Trudeau's Syrian refugees, 28-year-old Ibrahim Ali, who, if you believe the ongoing coverage about the story, is apparently a super nice guy, allegedly. In any event, a woman who is presumably Muslim, given that she was clad in a hijab, walked past Thompson and threw what appears to be coffee on Thompson. Yes, right outside a Canadian courthouse, folks. Apparently a Muslim, for whatever reason, decided to dispense a little Sharia law because the alleged murderer of a 13-year-old girl happened to be Muslim? How freaking disturbing is that? But here's the thing. The media was there. They witnessed this, caught it on camera. Hey, you can even see the CBC mic flash. But there was no coverage of this incident. Why? Well, at the time, I reached out to CBC spokesman Chuck Thompson, who made some calls to CBC's Vancouver bureau. And here's the official answer for CBC's silence and blindness regarding the coffee tossing incident. Quote, the focus of our story was about the proceedings inside the courtroom and the passion for the immigration debate. That said, we featured Miss Thompson in the headlines off the top of the newscast and then again during the story using a video clip where she can be heard talking about her concerns. We also acknowledged the tensions outside the courthouse, but inasmuch as there was a lot going on outside, we stuck to the key issues of the story: the murder of Marissa Shen, the man accused of her murder, and the conversations that provoked. End quote. Ah, yeah, key issues of the story. I guess an assault captured on camera is not a key issue or any kind of story? Alas, my follow-up question, which admittedly is hypothetical, went unanswered. For example, what if the roles had been reversed here? Let's say it was Thompson who tossed coffee on the hijabber. Then what would happen? Oh, I think something like this would happen.
This morning, me and my brother were walking together to school, and sadly, someone insulted me by cutting my hijab 2 times, and I felt really scared and confused because I didn't feel comfortable that people are doing this, and yeah.
Yeah, that was last year's infamous hijab hoax. The Asian community is still waiting for an apology from the Prime Minister, by the way. Don't hold your breath, folks. Oh, and this just in, I recently reached out to the Vancouver Police Department to see if anyone has been charged with the coffee splashing incident. And indeed, Kylin Albert Tidian has been charged with 1 count of assault and faces a court appearance next month. Yet, it's as though there's a self-imposed publication ban regarding the actions of this woman. You see, I did a Google News search for Kylin Albert Tidian, and I'll be not a single solitary mention anywhere. Now, why do you think that is? Well, in any event, under the warped lens of the CBC, Muslim violence against Thompson is a complete non-story. But Thompson choosing to run for the PPC has the CBC running an over-the-top diatribe against Thompson. Now, why would that be, do you think? Well, maybe it's because the PPC is public enemy number 1 if you happen to work at the CBC. Because for the first time in forever, we have a leader of a federal party who, as part of his platform, is vowing to defund the CBC. Check out what Max Bernier had to say at a rally in Toronto back in November, and check out the response by the standing room only crowd.
We can save money also by cutting the CBC budget. Yeah.
So there you have it, folks. Apparently, according to the CBC, Kylin Albert Tidian gets a pass for her assault based on, I don't know, the racism of lowered expectations in that she is a Muslim and female. The victim of her attack, meanwhile, is vilified given that she is an alleged transphobe, and only an Islamophobe is worse than that. And of course, her boss, Mr. Bernier, wants to curtail the CBC snout from further chowing down on billions of taxpayer dollars. Honestly, folks, can it get any worse than that? For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, the Rebel has a new app. Please download that app and take the Rebel with you wherever you go.